So it may seem that TSP is not going to be so solid of a group. Now I'm going to break down in details about this and our particular character, Tigery. But if you do enjoy today's video, remember to leave a like and share it, and also feel free to subscribe for more. And if you're new, especially if you're looking forward to Piggy Book 2, Chapter 4, we're going to be covering a lot of videos on that, and also going to be some more coming to the channel. And if you want to show your further support, you can always use star code BIGP2 when purchasing Robux or Premium. So let's go ahead and get this started. I honestly cannot believe we're doing a full video talking about Tigery. Now I say that in the sense that Tigery never really had a storyline, but it turns out after playing Book 2 Chapter 3, we all find out that Tigery plays a big part possibly in the story on what's to come. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the notes, because there were some very lengthy notes in this, and we did go over the notes, but we didn't really elaborate what we think on it. And some days have passed, of course, where we can kind of reflect and think on, and also break down what this could mean. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm going to break down this very first note, which says, all I need is an opportunity to prove my worth, to rise above the rest. Then they'll see how impactful I can be. I'll let no one and nothing stop me from getting there. T. Now, the only person obviously that this could be would be Tigery. Why? Because Tigery was also the main person following you around Chapter 3, the refinery. It would really make sense. Tigery is meant to be in that leader position, that leader role. At least that's how Tigery feels. So in this note, he is saying that he will pretty much do anything to pretty much rise above the rest. Now, I don't know if he means rise above Willow, because Willow is the leader, obviously, and I think that Tigery is really power hungry and wants to be in that leader role. Tigery, when you think of a tiger, they are almost, you don't think about a tiger being, a second, leader. You think about a tiger being in the front, if we're just talking about animals at least. And then there was another note which said, my parents were never proud of me. I was always hurt and bossed around by everyone around me. I could be so much more useful to the group if they just gave me a chance. So I'm gonna break down these notes and really explain something that I really want you to think about. So think about this. If Tigery is and always have been being bossed around, I feel like that is also still happening in TSP. I think because he's writing these notes, he's not in a leader role at all in TSP. I also want to point out something else as well. So there was a note in the refinery, and it said, reminder, all personnel, please wear gloves when on pipe cleaning duty. Now, I also want to let you know that not everyone in TSP had on gloves. There were only certain characters that had gloves on, like Kitty had gloves on, the new bear did not have gloves on, Pandy also had gloves on, and guess who else had gloves on? Tigery. So I feel like Tigery is possibly in the lower rank in TSP and is possibly doing things like that at least. I don't think they would have, obviously, Willow, for an example, on pipe cleaning duty. So I think Tigery, that's why he wants to rise above and work his way to really prove himself. Imagine you're in a group with TSP, you're like a leader, but you're just, no one else sees you that way. You're at the bottom. They have you on pipe cleaning duty. I mean, he's probably starting to get frustrated and angry as well, especially being after that note where he says he would do anything and nothing will pretty much stop him from getting there. So I think we're going to see some reveals of Tigery in the near future, whether Willow and Tigery also crash or Tigery makes a big move that's not with the group decision and it's going to cost them something, and then Tigery is going to pretty much ruin that position. But this is very interesting, and again, Tigery did not grow up, he was grown up being bossed around all the time. So he probably already has that feeling that maybe let's say TSP is treating him nice or something, he probably feels like he's being bossed around too. So a lot of things to take in point, but being that he wants to be more useful, this shows signs that he really will do something to prove himself. And now that we don't really need like a motive at all. We already have the motive. Like, he needs to prove himself. He wants to prove himself. He was never, you know, shown to be, you know, I guess proven or worthy. And now that he wants to do that and nothing's going to stop him, and he wants to rise above the rest. And now it doesn't actually mean Willow. Maybe he wants to rise above everyone else in TSP, but if this ever gets to a point where he bumps heads with Willow, it's going to be very, very interesting. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's going to wrap it up for the video. Now, do bear in mind, in the trailer, there was Willow shooting a gun. So let's say that something happens in, obviously, Chapter 4, which is meant to happen, because if we think about the trailer, everything has happened thus far, minus Willow shooting and the boat and everything after that as well, like Pony in the snow, etc., etc. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm curious to know what Willow is shooting at when it happens, coming up hopefully in the next chapter. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I would really love to hear your predictions on Tigery, how you think it's going to play out as well. Do you think Tigery is going to betray the whole group? Also, another theory to think about is that Tigery scratched Zizzy only to make Zizzy kind of like ruin the group as well, like fight the group, and then Tigery can take out Zizzy and then prove his worth. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be possibly happening. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and share it, and also feel free to subscribe for more. And if you're new, and until the next, I will talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.